Once again, it's Philly Cable Dave back at the table, guys. Last couple of weeks ago, I showed you how to create your own streaming device. I installed Google TV 13 on two of these devices. The Menace Form U700 and also the B-Link U59. Ladies and gentlemen, instead of buying a streaming device, create your own. And what's going on in that world about Amazon blocking apps and also down the line, Google blocking apps. I'm like this, create your own. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a technology and streaming enthusiast. I show people about options and solutions to get things done in their network, in their home. I showed you the option, but I never showed you the solution. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to burn or install not Google TV 13, Android TV 14. It's called Upside Down Cake. Jump on board, take a ride. It's the table cam. We're going to use these items to accomplish that task. But first of all, check this. You need some tools. The tools you will need. You're going to need the ISO or the file. You need some kind of storage. Nvme, fast. SSD, fast. M.2, fast. No spinners here. You need some software. What's my thing? Free. Rufus software. Free. Go to it, download it. Also, you're going to need a PC, desktop or laptop. Mini PC. You can make it happen. And most of all, have some fun. Challenge yourself. Coming up, PCD. Let's make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Patriot, Nvme. One package, one non-package. Also, if you look at that good, they got two slots. That's an Nvme. I'm sorry, excuse me, M.2. One slot, Nvme, fast out of all these mediums. A little funky USB drive. You can run it from here also without installing it on storage. Also, Oracle SSD, 240 gigabytes. Also, the tools. A hub, media hub, TR card, SD card, USBs, SSD 2.5 or hard drives 3.5. With this right here, it's an M.2 and Nvme card reader. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 128 gig M.2. It has two slots. Put it in the card reader. I'm going to turn it on. Let's go to the Beast 1. Got a browse up there. You just heard it. Acknowledge it. Let's go to the desktop. Let's go to the PC. And as you see, I got 4 drives there. So something must be on that drive that's not in the Windows, they will not show up in the Windows environment. And this tool I'm going to show you, I've been using it about 10 years. Very good company. Called Easy US Partition Magic. Partition Magic. Do you want to reload the information and want to recognize all the hard drives? As you've seen, I showed you earlier, I have 4 hard drives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, I have 5 hard drives. Let's open up File Explorer. Keep this right. One of them is not showing up. Matter of fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all there. And the M.2 that I just plugged in must be as a format that Windows cannot recognize. That's why I'm going to open up Partition Magic. And let's set this drive up to be able to burn this ISO to it. Let's go back to the piece. As you see, 5 hard drives, excuse me. Let's open up the software. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the 6th drive. As you see, it's USB. And as you see, that's going to my computer. Just the other hard drive. It's some kind of operating system on it, but it has 2 formats that Windows will not recognize. Let's take care of that. I'm going to right click on here. I'm going to delete the partition. I'm going to right click on here. Delete the partition. Now it's empty, it's naked. I'm going to execute the command. Let's wipe this. We're done. Easy partition magic. Love it. Great software. Now there's nothing on this drive down here. It's naked. Let's format it. I'm going to format in a regular old NTFS. If you're using the software, label it. Android TV 14. Caps on. Give it a space. And then NTFS format. Okay it. Yes, I want to make it happen. Let's execute it. Let's format the drive. Take a little bit, as you see. 128. After the safety partition, about 7 gigs, it gives it 119 in storage. Emphasize that. 119 storage left. I'm going to hit done. We're formatted the hard drive. As you see, it's labeled Android ATV 14, Android TV 14. It's then NTFS format. Let's close that. Let's go back to the tool list. I got my storage. Now I need the Rufus software. Let's go back to the desktop. I'll go down here and search for it. Because I already have it stored. I will have a link in the description. And ladies and gentlemen, there's the software. But I'm going to right click on it and run as an administrator. The boss. As you see right here, we're going to use this software here to burn the image onto this M.2 storage. Once we do that, we're able to run Android TV 14 from any x86 hardware. Let's make it happen. Okay, we got to go find the storage. If you see it didn't show up, list of USB hard drives. Bingo. And you see it show up. It says 128 gigs. But we know that this is 119 gigs. Now I need to go get the ISO file, which I will have a link in the description, but you must know me. I don't do new jacks. Email me. Ladies and gentlemen, there we are. Android 14, 3 versions of it. Cinnamon? Zenith? This is important here. That's going to show you the storage. That's how big you want to make the file. I'm going to select the second one here. It's about 2 gigs. And as you see, it shows up. But ladies and gentlemen, this next part of this tutorial, very important. Very important. Pay close attention. See this partition size? We got to take this slider and push it to the max. What makes it 117 gigs that we're going to have to work with. Ladies and gentlemen, everything else, leave it as. Leave default. Everything else, leave default. We're going to start this. You're going to get this message here that everything on there is gone. So make sure you do not, let me say that again, make sure you don't have nothing on an M.2 drive, USB drive, Nvme, or SSD. This statement is telling you it's going to wipe it. Here's the second part. All data on this ATB14 will be destroyed. Keep that in mind. Do not use nothing that's very important on that piece of storage. New. Test. Nothing. Just was wiped. Back to this desktop. I'm hit OK, and it's going in motion. Ladies and gentlemen, depending on the storage you're using, Nvme, M.2, SSD, and your computer, might take a while. This beast one's a little nice. 13th gen. Type-C coming from the reader. Type-C connection. It's formatting the drive first. I wanted to speed this up, but I want to do real time. I had patience. Reason why I had patience today, because today is my life anniversary. Not to my queen, life. 62 years on this earth. Thanks to God and all the friends and family that I have around me. And my YouTube family. Back at the ranch. Still formatting. %. And ladies and gentlemen, the format of this tutorial is the longest. The format is the longest. When I go back there now, it's going to be writing. Almost formatted. Oh, 73%. $76. $80. Going towards 80. And ladies and gentlemen, it is November 12th. It's about 1 o'clock. I got a little running around. The day of my birthday, some of the family want to holler at me, this, that, and this. But tonight, y'all know what's on. I got a stream coming. I'm going to do the basics. I'm going to show you how to do these, work with these NASs and servers. Got it coming, guys. Don't put your eggs in a basket. Run more than one server. Everybody ain't got the same client. Plex, Jellyfin, Nvme. We're almost at the end of the format. But ladies and gentlemen, P-Link I did. Minus form, U900. But tonight, I did a prelim last night. Software's acting crazy on me, but I worked it out earlier. It's gonna happen. Tonight, guys. 8:30, 9:30. I'm gonna say that. I gotta do some running around. Back at the ranch. And as we're writing to the M.2 that's on the table there. As you see it blinking right there, is writing the operating system to that. We're creating our own operating system, basically. Our own OS, Android TV 14, upside down cake, to run on any X86 hardware. Where we at? We at 85%. And we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, important. Just close it. That's how important it is. Bingo. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to this. We have the ISO burned onto the M.2, but you notice it was only 1.8 gigs, almost 2 gigs. Let's finish preparing this M.2 OS running Android TV 14. Let's finish it. We got to set some partitions up. Back to the beast. I'm going to go to the desktop. I have 5 hard drives, but there's the 6th one. And if you notice, total size says 2.4. That was 117 gigs. This is what we got to do. You want to right click on Windows and go to the Disk Manager. It's going to show you all your drives in there. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see, ATV 14, 2 gigs, and I still got 117 left. Because it was originally 119 after being formatted. Total, 128. See this partition here? I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to delete it. Because that's NTFS. That's not the right format for Android. I'm going to right click on it again and I'm going to set up a new volume. Simple. Drive letters there. But instead of NTFS, we're going with exFAT. And we're going to label this, very important, system. System. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit finish. Let me go back. exFAT, not NTFS. exFAT. Leave everything else default. Hit next. Finish. Now we have one partition, 2.5, and another partition, 117 gigs. But it's in exFAT. This is FAT32, Android. I'm going to close this down. Open up my file browser and let's go back to that ATV files. This is the ISO. Wrong one. Where you at? Where you at? It's on my backups. It's on 10. There's the file right here that we seen earlier. We're going to go in this folder here. I extracted this, which is a data folder. This is Spanish, guys. Shout out to Bruno Telegram. Check him out. Link will be in the description. I extracted it to its own folder. Ladies and gentlemen, this is important. This is the size of the device internal storage. You got to add to it. As you seen earlier, who want an Android device with 2 gigs? Ain't better store not knowing it. We got to give it some storage, some data storage. And this is what these files do. But as you see, they got 2 and 4 gigs. I was like, But ladies and gentlemen, let me say this and look in the camera. I took the files from the Google TV 13 and used that data file. It's the same philosophy. Let's go to the ISO. I have that stored on a SSD. That's what I use these files to accomplish the tasks on the Google TV 13 and the Minutes Form U700. Again, extracted in Spanish, and you had the option. Now, let's open some doors. We got an option to make this streaming device 4 gigs, 8 gigs, 16, 64. Now, you know the farthest we can go is 64 because there's only 117 on it, so I can use the 120. I'm going to take this file right here, open up Explorer, go to the PC, and as you see, it has 2 partitions, ATV and the system partition. I'm going to select the system partition and copy the data over to it, the 64 gigs. Now, this is going to take a while, 25 minutes. We can't do that. I'm going to speed it up. Stay tuned, guys. Now that we have the 64 gig data file in there, which determines the size of your streaming device or the internal storage, we're good. Took about 25 minutes. Big file. Now, guys, that we have this in the system partition, let's go back to the desktop and go to the ATV 14 partition. Ladies and gentlemen, very important. We need to copy this file right here to the system partition. I'm going to right click. I'm going to cut it. Go to the system partition where the 64 gig data file is for your internal storage and the size of your device. Right click and paste it. 30 more seconds. Android 14 upside down cake on an M.2 that can run on any x86 hardware. Create your own streaming device. Now that we have the system SFS file there, let's go back to the desktop and check out both of these partitions. We have the Android TV partition and the storage partition. Ladies and gentlemen, we done. Let's go to the table. M.2 setup ready to go into a x86 hardware. Let me see. Where we gonna put it in? What are we gonna put it in? Watch this, guys. I gotta go get this device off the shelf there. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the shelf over there, and this is what I got for x86 hardware. It's a laptop. A gentleman gave me this about a year ago, right after my leak in my lab. Put this keyboard over here. Storage. HP laptop. See how it look. Oh my God. That joint hurt. Let me clean him off a little bit. See if we can bring this back to life. It's one of my homies. We challenge each other on the technology side. You're like, Philly, what can you do with this? You're always talking to keep stuff out of e-waste. Bringing old hardware back to life. I'm going in. What's that shit? What's that? Challenge yourself. Damn, that joint hurt. Lysol. Get the screen right. Let's crack him open. Damn, no screws? Oh man, I hate that. I hate going into equipment somebody else been into. Somebody else been trying to make this happen. And now they want to give it to Philly to try and save it. Ladies and gentlemen, HP laptop. I looked at the model. This thing 2014. Everything looks good. Been closed up, one in a crazy environment. That fan, GPU fan. Let's get it. Let's see what we're doing. We done completed our setup on the M.2. Let me release it. We got our storage here with ATV 14 on it, upside down cake, Android 14. Oh, this joint got a, damn, we got a hard drive in here. Oh my God, that's a spinner. I don't do spinners. Nah, I ain't doing them spinners. Too slow for me. I see an M.2 slot in there. Screwdriver. See if we get it fit. I'm glad I used M.2. I know this wouldn't take a Nvme in 2014. It might, I don't know. Hello. We got the storage in there. Almost dropped the screw. Let's put this Android TV OS M.2 128 gigs. Put a 64 gig partition in there. Let's cover him back up. Put the coat on. Hit the coat backwards. Let's see what happened, y'all. I got some power here. I know HPs. I need to get to the BIOS and make it boot from that. Get a little cleaner. I'll clean him up if it worked. Philly. You gotta do what? Challenge yourself, man. Keep this stuff back out of e-waste. Let's try and boot him up. See if it'll boot. I ain't had this joint in a year. I know boot menu is F9 or escape on these HPs. I don't hear nothing, man. Uh-oh, I see a screen. See if I get to the BIOS. I heard something. That battery must be in ticket. Uh-oh, I got some love. Uh-oh, I got a screen there. But the button ain't work. F9, maybe something else. Let me try and restart it. I'm on F9 right here. We got our storage in there. Uh-oh, I got a boot order. Wow. There's that scan disk. It's recognizing. Let's boot from it. See what happened. Uh-oh. It's love. It's love is booting from it. Android TV 14. Let's go to the option of external display. Oh, I'm in. I'm good so far. Bingo. Android 14. Screen a little funky. Oh, it's right. Got to get them drivers. The first boot. Can I get to that screen? I need to capture this. Uh-oh. There's that welcome screen. Ladies and gentlemen, shut it down. Put it to the capture card so we can see this on the screen. I always had these available. See if we get a capture on here. HDMI, okay. Let's boot him up again. See if that battery got some charge. Boot order, comes right up. Hello. Let's go to the option external display, because this is a laptop, 2004 HP. Go to my capture, see if I can grab that. No love yet. No signal. Hello, Philly Cable Dave, I'm in. If you're noticing, ladies and gentlemen, I had no music, but I'm celebrating. Ladies and gentlemen, Android 14 on the HP 2014. There's the screen. We gotta hardwire this joint, man, because I ain't showing y'all my Wi-Fi password. Get some hardwire on here. Okay. Got my capture there. Got me some Wi-Fi. There's the screen looking trashy, but I captured it. Let's go through the setup. Uh-oh. I need a phone. Back at the table. Got a phone there. Two-step verification. Back to the laptop. HP. You're using internet. Let's continue. Let me sign in. That's right, I got a dummy on here. I got a dummy account. Let's make it happen. Philly Cable, what? Dave. At the Gmail. Dang, the mouse worked. If y'all think y'all gonna get into that account, it's been changed already. Let's take it through the setup. Uh-oh. And there we are. Two-step verification. You won't get into my box unless you got my device. What? It's Philly. I'm in. Let's go through it. Let's go. Let me set the terms there. You ain't get my location. I don't trust y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna help y'all improve it. A few things you need to know. Privacy, gotta have it. Mandatory. No, I don't need no results. Nah, we ain't doing that right now. Let's customize this. $2,014. 2004. Laptop. That's why I love my cam acting funky. That's why I love Android TV. See if I get this to pop up real quick. And there's Philly. Ladies and gentlemen, Android TV on the laptop. 14. There's the capture. There's the table. Here's the capture. And one thing I was saying, the reason why I like Android TV over Google TV, any device that had them apps on another device and using the same email as you see, it'll push them over. But I ain't gonna do it. And ladies and gentlemen, as you see right there, it is that old interface of Android. Why? Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this screen real good. Look at this screen. I'm navigating around with the keyboard. Let's go to about. Android 14. Upside down cake. And ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little info. This firmware is based on what? I love developers that do their thing. This firmware operating system is based on what? Sabrina, Chromecast, dongle. That's what the firmware is for. Lesser version of Android, I think 12, but it pushed up to 14. The developer, nice firmware. Shout out to Bruno. He on Telegram. Go show him some love. On the table, let's go to the capture. Ladies and gentlemen, name of the device, based on lineage. And look at the build, y'all. Not old. September 25th, 2025. Come on. But ladies and gentlemen, we gotta go update this thing. Let me see, can I do it with him? Checking. It says up to date. Let's go get the Play Store. Make sure it's right. Just once. Let's go get the Play Store, see what's up. See if it's gonna link my account. Yes, it did. Let's go check for updates here. Internally, it said it's none. There go 8 right there. Let's check it. Let's make it happen. Six more to go. What? Challenge yourself. Bring that old hardware back to life. What's the tools? Updates done. I'm gonna turn Google Play Protect off. You'll see why. Response is crazy. Did you see what I just saw? Them updates. Do you remember seeing the apps there to the left? The old interface? And it should be 6 tabs up top. True Android. But this is what we're gonna do. Set notification. Personalize it. Close it. We need to restart this device so I can hit Google servers and give me the correct information. Let me see something here. We need to restart this device. Control Alt Delete. That's where you can start these on x86 hardware. Boot menu. Oh, I got to do the recapture. You got to tell the laptop, yo, so HDMI is connected to me. done booted up. I'm trying to get it to recapture. Once I get to the desktop, I'm good. It should give me that acknowledgement that is an HDMI device connected to it. It's about technology, man. Streaming. I'm an enthusiast, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my hobby, man. I like technology. I like to get around this thing, man, and go under the hood of these devices. Still no capture. Let me re-enable. Slowing it up. The captures got it confused. Let's do a restart. Bring that old hardware back to life. That shit like it just shutting down. Got my boot order here. Scan this. No external display. Let me let it load before I put this HDMI cable in there. Camera scanning. Should have did external display? Yeah. Do extra. Goddamn BIOS. Let's do. Exit key. Should have been hitting the F9. Let's get in there. External display. Forgot laptop. We looking good so far. Got them options there. And there we are. Let's see if we can get the capture card. What we doing? What we doing, device? Gotta challenge yourself. We'll leave it with the capture card on there. Get you the boot menu, external, battery charging up, I see. We're in there again. Can I capture it? Yeah, we good now. Let's go to the device. Gotta challenge yourself, man. Oh, yeah. Then I tell y'all, I need to have 6 tabs up top. What do you see? 6 tabs up top. I done did 3 updates that quick. Let's dismiss this. Well, we fully now updated. Android TV 14 upside down cake, Philly Cable Dave. And oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, do you see what I see? It installed one of them apps from one of my previous devices that has that email account. You ain't seen me go to the Play Store and do File Manager, Nova, Plex, Speed Test, AID864. Let's go there. Let's do a speed test first. We hardwired. 2014. Uh-oh, not compatible. And I know what that's about. Let's go to the Play Store. They kill me with this shit. You put anything in there S, they putting fuck goddamn Spotify in there. Better type it quick. Just compatible. Let's install it. Oh, the speed nice, I can tell. Yeah, look at that shit there. Let's do a test, y'all. Hardwired Ethernet port. We're doing a little something. We almost getting a gig on the 2014 HP laptop. I'll take that. Bring that old hardware back to life, man. That's all. $975 on the download. We're getting the 900s. We got more on the upload. Shout out to HP. Internet. Nice card in there. Let's go back to the apps. Let's see the specs of this. As you see, Sabrina. Sabrina, same firmware. Love you, developer. Bruno, much respect. Back to the lab. Top. Eight gigs of RAM. DDR3, gotta be. Maybe 4. Bluetooth 5. And if you see right there, 58 gigs. We started with 64 after the operating system. So the operating system about 5 and some change. Let's take it over. CPU. Damn. Are you kidding me? Do y'all see that? It's a Snapdragon. Wow, 64-bit X86. 8 cores. As you see them running there. It's running from 400 to 3400 megahertz. And you see the 8 cores there? And that shit running at 2%, 1%. Y'all see it there. Running 64-bit, man. We don't know in 2026, a lot of devices be going to 64-bit. A lot of them apps that you got on your device will not run. You're going to have to update it, or the developers going to have to do their thing. Display, 1920 by 1080. I'll take it. Not bad on the graphics. Intel UHD graphics 620. That ain't bad. At 11, it's right below it. Network, yeah, we hardwired. We seen that. 5G. An Android 14, as you see right there, is called Upside Down Cake. 10 October 5th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, it's old ass hardware, man. Philly. Under the hood. Bring it back to life, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say this. I did some content yesterday. Pre-anniversary. Oh yeah, that's right. Today is my anniversary of life. Not my queen, my life. 62 years. Been on this earth. Thanks be to GOD and my friends and family. My YouTube family. But ladies, I dropped the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, I dropped the ball. I was supposed to do part 2 of this live stream. Where you at? Nope, wasn't that one. Where you at? Can't find it. I was supposed to do a stream yesterday, y'all. I was hanging out with the family. They took me there. Today the 13th. It was a little after 12. Yesterday, my birthday anniversary. I was hanging out, man, with the family. Didn't get back in time. Plus, I was a little intoxicated. Couldn't do it. Back at the ranch, laptop. Running Android 14 Upside Down Cake 2004. We got any Vulcan in here? She got a camera on it. It's right, laptop. Front and back. Yeah, we got Vulcan. Not bad. App drawer? Not bad. I got any servers on? Let's go to Lover. Ladies and gentlemen, instead of buying the device, ladies and gentlemen, let me give it to you. phillycabledave. It's about option and solutions. The finances for America ain't built like that now. People ain't getting paper like that no more. Economy twisted. If you got old hardware in your house on the x86 platform, you just seen what I did. I'm gonna do this again live on a device that somebody sent me because they sent me to see my daily driver. I'm gonna do it live and set it up for you. This is Upside Down Cake. They want Google 13. The same OS I put on the other 2 devices that I did with the U 700 by maintenance form and that B-Link. We just did that. Let's set up Android 14 OS on an Nvme or SSD or M.2 that will run on any x86 hardware. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do a part 2 of this and we'll go through it. Let's go through some of this stuff right now. The laptop. Let's go see if we can reach my network. Hardwired. See if these graphics built like that. Oh damn. It recognize my network? What I got? Far as shares, Beast 1, Beast 2, the Dell server I showed you yesterday, music server, desktop. Can I get in there? I ain't no guess. I ain't trying to show you my stuff, man. Let me see if I can go somber that shit. All of them use DNLA. I don't know which one is what though. Let me see what one this is. Oh, that's the Nvme. Fast storage. Yeah, I know my video. It's playing. Blood on blacks. Vulcan. Intel UHD graphics. Not bad. Looks good to me. Once again, it's been Philly Cable Dave. Thanks for hanging out with me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give it to you. You see it right there. I got audio out there too. Ladies and gentlemen, before you leave, could you smack that thumbs up if you like my content? We do little things a little different over here. But most of all, if you want to make this happen, let me know. If I get enough content, enough comments, I will do it again. Live, slow motion. I'm gonna get back to the video game. I'm having a problem connecting my OBS to restream to YouTube. Can't acknowledge my chat. Y'all have a blessed day. It's been Philly. Look at the graphics on that. That's not bad. For a 2014, let me say it again, 2014 HP laptop. Android TV 14. Upside down cake. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a blessed day. It is Thursday, November 13th, 2025. See y'all later on in the evening. It is now 12:50 a.m. You have a good one. Stop playing. Have a great one. The graphics are crazy on here. Android 14 laptop. Peace.